something that I'm practicing today is that our truth is not disease, our truth is health. And
Yes.
what I also do, so I dabbled in lots of things, but living into your potential and going from an IT person to where you are now, and you took on this whole mission, right? On getting your daughter healthy and learning about that. So stepping into our potential is amazing, and the gift that you can give back to people. And so it's resonates with the mind body connection because our mind has the thoughts that create our reality. And if we think and if we believe in the health, then we will seek out the things that make us healthy. And so, what was it you applied to your daughter first to get her? You said she had eczema. Welcome to Running Strong Mind Body Connection podcast. I'm the host, Karen Bonnet-Natraj, and I am so thrilled to invite Christine Lauer to my podcast. And Christine and I are in the Potapalooza today, and what a great opportunity to be here to talk about amazing things in life. And so my podcast resonates with it started with runners and interviewing runners who were in the 90% of the group, not the top people. It's all these people who have great stories and great adventures, as well as bringing value to the listeners of my podcast on all aspects of life, because the mind body connection is what that's all about. So today, my guest today is Christine Lauer. And Christine, welcome to Running Strong Mind Body Connection. And can you please share your expertise with me and my guests?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. I my background, believe it or not, I was in IT, and when I had my children, I moved over to nutrition and then acupuncture. And it was like I guess you could call it an accidental shift, but also at the time the way I was supposed to go. So I had transitioned from my programming because my kids had allergies and my daughter had eczema, and traditional methods weren't working. So I had to figure out my own way. It didn't click right way. And I started going to nutrition school, and then I started putting the pieces together. And one of the books we read in school was about allergies. And that was my transition. So I literally took that information and learned about something called the muscle testing and or applied kinesiology. So I started testing people that way, no needles or anything like that, and then got into incorporating cold laser for the treatment for some of the symptoms that they had so that they weren't reacting to the substances anymore. And I've been doing it now for 20 years, but literally I started with my daughter, and my husband was my first client. Like, he had all the seasonal stuff going on.
Nice.
So that's what I do now. I just help people with their allergies and sensitivities, whether it's environmental or food, but it's
Mm.
all energetic work. It's bioenergetics, it's energy, and I love energy, and it flows for me.
I can resonate with that deeply. And I also, as my own path, really know that energy is all around us. And so many people don't even realize that. And there's something that I'm practicing today is that our truth is not disease, our truth is health. And
Yes.
what I also do, so I dabbled in lots of things, but living into your potential and going from an IT person to where you are now, and you took on this whole mission, right? On getting your daughter healthy and learning about that. So stepping into our potential is amazing, and the gift that you can give back to people. And so it's resonates with the mind body connection because our mind has the thoughts that create our reality. And if we think and if we believe in the health, then we will seek out the things that make us healthy. And so, what was it you applied to your daughter first to get her? You said she had eczema.
Yes. So what had happened is medically, I was just told change laundry detergent, double rinse, and go to a certain formula. And there's no mention about potential of any food being an issue or anything else. And I discovered when I went to school, I thought, oh, these are common foods and these are problematic. Oh my goodness. Like it was literally the formula that triggered everything. And I didn't put the pieces together immediately because once she was off the formula, her eczema started to go away. So then I went, oh gosh, what's this and this? But at an energetic level, knowing that everything has its own frequency, its own vibration, its own fingerprint, and that you can send those vibrations, those fingerprints through the body, and then the body realigns with what they are, and the symptoms go away. It was like whoa, like still to this day when I'm working with clients, it never gets old when I see some of the expressions on their face when I'm working on them and I start testing and they're going, what did you just do? And literally fell into it. So it's all about resonance and things like that. And once you go on this path, it doesn't end. Like you just keep learning.
Right. It's a journey. It's a journey of our life, right?
Yes,
So
yeah.
I just a clarifying thing, and I think there's a great assumption here. So your daughter was a baby.
Her eczema started when she was 3 months old.
Okay. Wow.
Right. Yeah.
Um, Good for you. And so I really resonate with the vibration and frequency that you just spoke of. What is it you do with your clients to take them to help them experience that energy?
Well, it's quite literally, in a simplified term, it's acupuncture without needles.
Okay.
So you take the frequency or the fingerprint of the substance and you send it through a cold laser into acupuncture points in the body, and then the body takes that and reprograms. So here's the irony: the way I explain it to people, I use my computer background. So I sit there and I say, okay, we're a computer and we have all these programs running for everything, and your program for, I don't know, dogs or broccoli or pollen isn't working. So I'm sending in the correct program. So whatever's been corrupted in your body is now then updated, and it sits there and it goes, okay, we're good now. I can I can carry on. So that's how I explain it. That's what makes sense to me, and to wrap it around, right?
That's a really great analogy someone can hold on to. So, what is cold laser therapy?
It's literally it's like a pen,
Okay,
and I have mine actually connected to a computer by USB, but I also do remote energy frequency work along the same lines.
right,
Um, Cats like to chase the lights with the red lights and the
right.
beams. It looks like that.
Okay. I use red light therapy on my healing of my ankle when I sprained it really bad. So, there's red light therapy too. Is that what
Yeah.
you're
So
saying?
very similar, very similar. Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So, do you have how do you find your clients? How do the clients find you?
Well, these days people just come to me by referral,
Nice.
or they're searching online and they find something because whatever it is that they're doing isn't working and they get frustrated. They don't know what else to do because they've been a certain way for a certain length of time and nothing's been working.
I'm so glad to have you on the podcast because my total belief too is our ability to self-heal as well as doing it in a homeopathic way. And you brought up the energy of you brought up the vibration and frequency. And how I would explain it to my clients is that when you walk into a room full of people who are angry, don't you feel that energy in that room? It feels dark and heavy. Or you walk into a room of people laughing and or even looking at a baby who starts laughing, you feel that energy. That's energy. That's that
Yeah.
vibration and frequency. And I love the fact that you bring that into the healing of our body, and we can still do that. And having the gift of somebody who has that knowledge to do that is absolutely amazing.
And it's quite interesting because with everything having a frequency, I always have one client that I remember who was a kid and he had warts growing on his fingers and his hands and his
Mm,
some on his feet, and he was being teased at school, so he was very embarrassed. And so I took the frequencies of what causes the warts and sent it through, and they all dried up and fell off.
nice.
And he went to school, and the kids were starting to tease him, and he said, "No, look, I'm fine. See, there's no." So that was good.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Very awesome.
yeah.
Do you have a gift to give to the listeners or
I do. For people who maybe don't know how to test themselves, I have a simple thing that they can do. My website is christinelauer.ca, and they can go there and they'll get a free download that shows them a simple way that they can test themselves.
oh, nice. Awesome. Christine, thank you so much for being on my podcast. I know this is super valuable. My husband just he has a ton of allergies and a ton of medication, and medication does nothing but impact your inside of your body. Your body has all sorts of reactions to that. So I love the homeopathic way and the self-healing way. So Christine, thank you so much for being on my podcast.
And thank you for having me. This is great. I love the connection and the like-mindedness, and you're wonderful. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'd love to connect with you later too. Thank you so much, Christina.
Thank you.